So what we got here today, guys, is MACHINEDRAMON. It's my favorite deck. I've been playing this deck since EX01, about a year and a half ago now. I've had great success. I beat the brakes off of Crossheart. We can clap up Black War, great. You just end up becoming too much of a wall for them to stop. And Jessmon GX wishes it could do this.
Yeah, we want you to like, comment, subscribe. This is Hayden on Team Wicked. These are Digimon deck profiles too. So we got Digimon, we got One Piece coming, we have Yu-Gi-Oh, we have Edison 2014 deck profiles. We got a lot of stuff coming up, man. But go ahead, Hayden.
All right, so like starting off, we have a rookie lineup. Most important card in the deck is Hagurumon. This is your starter. For that card, it says you play it, you trash one with Cyborg in its name, Machine in its name, and you draw 2 cards, right? Easy, 1 for 1, you swap it out. 3 of the Commandramon. It's just a Cyborg, it's a rookie. It's also a blocker, which does come up sometimes, because Crossheart will really just hit you, slap you over and over and over again. And that early game aggression is just way too much.
Just keep them turning around. All right.
Chikurimon. We only play 2 of this card, because I just don't want Cross to be able to play for free. It says you cannot reduce play cost. Pretty straightforward. Everybody's playing them. Just keep it up and you will be a-okay. 4 Guardramon. It's a blocker. It's okay. You play this card, he's on attack. You can draw 1 and then trash 2, which is great because we're really just playing a mill deck with a different name. Nanimon. It's cheap. It's 3 costs. It's like playing more than my 9 rookies. I get to play 11 now. It plays out of security, which is great. And then we have our Mechanorimon. Mechanorimon, since it has come out,
As always,
single-handedly won so many games.
I love this card.
This is the infinite blocker. If you can't beat 6K, you're gonna lose this game. So we got 2 of those because it's free, it plays for 4, and worst comes to worst, you're gonna be okay. Moving into level 5s, we play 2 Andromon, 2 Metal Tyrannomon, and 1 of the Metal Mamamon. So all these cards are really played for the same reason. The Andromon is just on Digivolve. You get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 level 6 machine, and then you trash the rest, right? So we accelerate all those mills, and that's really it. This card gives you blocker, this card gives you reboot, and this card allows you to delete play cost of 5 or less, which is really good right now. So many cards that are coming out and being on the board are level 5 or less. This card just goes crazy. Moving on, we have a bunch of 1-ofs. Metal Greymon, it's just plus 3,000 DP. Once you're at plus 3, there's not really much in the game that beats you. We have Megadramon. So this card is one of the few you'd actually Digivolve into besides the blacks. It's when Digivolve, you delete a play cost of 3 Tamer or Digimon, and it's also does the same thing inherited. So you pop your Taikis, you pop your Shouts. Moving into BT12, we're going to have all these new 3-cost Tamers, and this card's just going to be so good. Volcanomon, it's red-black, so you'll never miss on your searches, and it's just Sec+. Gem and Reboot, plus 2k all turns. Another blocker source because blockers really
love
important.
That card.
You got to be a big blocker. It's the name of the game. Metal Greymon, 1 copy. It's one of the few cards I wish I could play a second one of, just because it's so good. It's de-Digivolve, delete something cost 3 or less, and you get to attack unsuspended. So this, coming up with an option later, is just GG in the chat. Metal Tyrannomon is a new card. It says I beat over your Digimon and I get to trash your security. So I don't have to play the security game anymore. I can just constantly control your board and whittle down your security until it's time to go for game. Also on Digivolve, this card mixed with a number of tamers you have is like Puppetmon. It can lock down multiple Digimon to where they don't unsuspend. Which is okay because Cross exists and Cross just doesn't care. They'll just make new Digimon and call it a day. But moving into our level 6s, I would say this is probably where most people kind of have like a confusion on what they want to do. I'm personally running 3 of the new level 6 MACHINEDRAMON. This card lets you look at the top 5 of your deck. It adds an analog man, and it either adds or slots a machine or cyborg into the sources. On top of that, if this would be deleted, you put an analog man on top of your deck. You get to play another MACHINEDRAMON from your hand for free. So we tie that in with 2 of the EX1 MACHINEDRAMON. And you can end up making your opponent pass turn by gaining 5 memory, or even extending your own combos by running this into something and then popping into that. This card, it's the GOAT, best card in the deck. It's the whole reason why the deck works. On play, you add back 5 of your level 5 cyborgs. You gain 1 memory for each. So instead of playing for 12, it plays for 7. And it's just super good. If you want to kill it, I remove 2 sources and keep it alive. You can't reduce its DP, so it always laughs at yellow. And that's it. Last but not least, we have MACHINEDRAMON. 3 of that. It's really just your way to extend. If you don't care about this card dying, or you already got your analog usage, you would digivolve this into MACHINEDRAMON. It digivolves for 1 on top of either of these cards. You get to slot 3 more, and then this card, for each card you slot, is de-digivolve 1. So you'll always basically go for the 3 slot, whether you digivolve 3 or not, just due to the fact that this also has that same protection effect. But this card also said you can't bounce me. You can't hit me with a Chaos Degrade. You can't hit me with Cositas Breath or anything like that. Going into our tamers, we play 2 Analog Youth. Analog Youth is just super good. It's generic. It lets you go through the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Digimon, and trash the rest. It's still a mill deck, and if my level 5 or higher would die, I can suspend it, hatch an egg, and gain a memory.
Card's always been good.
2 Kazu. It's just a way that you can start with more memory, because the big thing with this deck is you always get choked. It's the rule of the game. If they can choke you, they're going to. So Kazu says, start your main. If you have a machine or you have a cyborg in play, you just gain a memory. Also, this card allows you to accelerate through your deck, because it's when attacking, you draw 1, then trash 1. So it's just a constant cycle through and get to where you need to be. Analog Man is the new card in the deck. It really just makes everything function way better. So start your turn, you just get to pitch level 5, which is what you always want to do. Draw 1, gain 1. And if your opponent's going to attack, a lot of cards now, especially in blue, will prevent you from attacking or blocking, right? Well, Analog Man allows you to redirect. So it's like Magna X. And all you have to do is suspend this, and then they beat into any of your level 6s. And it's so good. So good. Option cards. I only play 4. I wish I could play more, there's just no space. It's 2 of the OG, Ultimate Connection. It's basically pay 1, gain 2, draw 1, trash 1. It does everything you'd ever wanted to do. And in Hammer Spark, it's Hammer Spark and Security.
Annoying as hell.
And the best option card in the game, Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon. It is 0 cost option. The only cost requirement is you have to trash a machine or cyborg from your hand. From that point on, anytime you would play any of your big level 6 Digimon, they will have Rush, Blitz, which is an interesting thing, right? So we have Rush, which is a mechanic that allows us to attack bypassing Summoning Sickness on play. But Rush and Blitz were never a thing you had in common. So now I can play this for 12. I can play it for 12. Give it to you for 10. As long as I can slot an evolution source, it gets the Rush Blitz. And this card out of Security also just lets you pitch 1, delete something of play cost less than or equal to. So like Metal Tyranno's 8, you get to take basically any 5 off the board you'd ever want. And if you really wanted to, you could trash the 6s, but more often than not, you need the 6s. And that wraps it up.
All right, we appreciate you, Aiden.